Hello, hello, Dan. How are you doing?
Greetings from South Carolina.
I was hoping you would do that voice.
That's my tagline. Come on, I got to do that.
I know. I look forward to seeing it. Hey, Doris. I look forward to hearing that voice every time you have a video pop up. That's awesome. Hey, greetings, from South Carolina. So I caught. Look, before we get anything started, I caught your video today, the one that you posted up.
Yeah,
Um, those footprints that you kept sinking down in was amazing.
that's my problem. I always find footprints and stick structures, but I'm still lacking to get the big guy on video.
Oh wow.
And that's my
Oh,
goal is to actually catch something like Long Island Bigfoot caught on video.
right, right. Look, you got a true fan here. I try to keep up with your videos when it comes to Bigfoot. I love how you do it. I mean, there's been so many people talking about your videos. I mean, like the sounds that you get, the vocals, the everything. I mean, it's amazing. How do you
I just
manage
get
to get
lucky that I get real lucky that my yard is located right by a forest and
right?
creatures and animals. I get a lot of raccoons, possums, skunks, bears come right up in my yard, but I also have stuff that else comes with them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
Doris
try to
wants to
push
know,
that.
right. Doris wants to know where at in South Carolina.
I'm very close to Piedmont in Greenville.
Piedmont. Piedmont. We're supposed to be going to South Carolina next year too, by the way. Um, Miss Doris is and her husband are coming to South Carolina, and we want to go out there. Well, not if we make it out there, but when we do make it out there, I want to get up with you and go footing with you. I
That
would
sounds like
love
a
to go
plan.
footing
I'd
with
love
you.
to take
I would
y'all for
love it.
for a trail hike. I'll take you to the place where I actually got a rock thrown at me.
Oh no, that's crazy.
If you go back a few videos, I think about 2 weeks ago, I was in the woods and actually had a big rock thrown at me.
I think I seen. Did I see that one? I think I see. Like I said, I've been keeping up with you, so every one of your videos you put out, I normally
And I
watch.
thought I
Especially,
saw something moving, and I was filming in real close on it. And when I went back, you could almost see something creaturey in the video.
right. Doris said that she used to live in Piedmont, like Williamston area.
Oh, that's my stomping ground. I'm 3 miles from Williamston.
Oh wow! See, there you go, Doris. I will be able to see Daily Dan. Sweet.
Actually, I'm from a place called West Pelzer, the Pelzer area, and that's
Uh-huh.
I could be in West Pelzer and walk to Williamston in 30 minutes or less. It's right there beside where I was born and raised.
Right. That's awesome. Oh, I do want to tell you too, when you kept saying you were going like through these like little we call them like you were going looking at all these different tables and different stuff. You kept telling everybody you were looking for a Bigfoot hat. I see you got a Bigfoot hat on.
Yeah.
But I
If
I
you go
went
to the
on.
Danny Staten channel, my other channel, you can see me at the flea market actually find the hat and all that
Yep.
stuff.
That's what I was what I was doing. That when I heard you say you want a Bigfoot hat, I got on Amazon and I was looking for you a Bigfoot hat because I was going to send you one. I found one of the coolest Bigfoot hats on Amazon, and as soon as my money gets right, you will have one on your way because it was good. I mean, do you like the sun hat type things too that goes all the way around? The
Baseball
tails
caps
go
on.
just baseball caps. Well, this
Well,
one
I do
yeah,
that
like
kind of
that.
cowboy looking hat. That's my official squatching hat sometimes.
I was trying to find you one and send I was gonna send it to you. I was gonna ask for your address so I could send it to you. But that was cool. I was like, oh hell yeah, I could help him find a Bigfoot hat.
Well, it was kind of just like a fun adventure to try to actually find one that somebody already had made and selling. I
Mm-hmm.
wound up having to go to a lady that makes hats and actually have one made, and which worked out good because I've talked to her, and this is going to be like my symbol. And the next one I get is going to have the Daily Dan blog on it, and she's going to make shirts for me.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Sweet. Lockbeard, hello. How are you doing, brother? Let's see. We only got a couple of people up here, and I'm waiting for some more people to get up here because it just started. So it normally takes people a few to get up in here. But this is awesome. I've been waiting for this interview, Dan.
Well, it's really hard to get people on a Friday night because of WWE wrestling. Everybody's a wrestling fan that likes Bigfoot, so they usually watch the wrestling.
I grew up watching wrestling. Back when we were growing up, they wrestling seemed more real. And now I feel like it seems like it's more fixed than real anymore. It's like,
It's always been like that. Come on.
but I was young and dumb. I was young and dumb. I didn't know that. But back then, like I said, it all seemed like that, it was real back then. Well, the Hulk Hogan and Nature Boy Ric Flair and Ultimate Warrior and all them guys,
You must be kind of young. I go back way before that. I go back way before Hulk Hogan.
Oh, wow. I'll be 40. I'll be 42 this year.
I've got you by quite a few years, believe it or not. I guess I still look kind of young to be in my 50s, but
yeah, you don't look like you're in your 50s. I thought you were at least maybe mid 40s.
Okay, well, and here's one for you. In 1979, my first job was working for the National Wrestling Alliance, Jim Crockett Promotions, selling pictures and posters at wrestling.
Oh, wow. So that's the year I was born, too.
I was already working.
Oh, yeah, I guess I am a youngin', huh?
I remember sneaking out of my mom's house and going to a Kiss concert in 77.
Now, my mama loved Kiss. She had the actual records. We had a record player back then. My mama loved her some Kiss. Yeah.
But then records and cassettes was all they was.
That's true. And was it the 8-tracks? I think it's what they were called.
Oh, that even predates me. But my grandpa and my mom had 8-tracks. We had records and cassettes.
Right. That's what we had too. We had records and cassettes. Doris said Hacksaw, Jake. Oh, I love Jake the Snake. Oh my God. That was like.
Actually, Jake Roberts is a kind of a friend of mine. He lives in Spartanburg, and we actually have picnics sometimes.
Oh, wow. That snake thing, does he still carry the snake around, or was that just a wrestling thing?
Provided for him mostly. He never really had his own snakes much.
Oh, wow. Now that's cool. That's cool. I always did like how whenever they would take and wrestle or whatever, that after he would beat him, he would let that snake loose. And I'm sitting here like,
I'll let you have a little secret. I really don't like snakes, and I can't stand spiders.
Me either. But I like watching them on TV. Because they won't get
on TV. I really can't stand spiders and snakes. I'd rather fight a bear than deal with a snake or a spider.
Right. Dora said they had 8-tracks too. I mean, my grandparents had 8-tracks. They had a old machine that had 8-tracks, 8-track thing in it, and they had a bunch of them, like different kinds of music, old country and old bluegrass and all kinds of stuff. But 8-tracks. Oh Lord, where is everybody? It's only going on 8 minutes in. And I want to get more.
Zena is on wrestling tonight. I work for a guy named Matt Troisi, Keto and Wrestling, and I'm a moderator on a wrestling live stream every Monday and Friday nights.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, if I'd have known that, I would have scheduled you for a Wednesday night.
Well, it's just lucky he's on vacation in Florida and he's not streaming this week, and that's one of the reasons I was like, yeah, I'll do that, because he was off tonight anyway.
Right. Well, that's cool. But I mean, since we got a couple of people up in here, why don't you go ahead and start telling all about your channels, if not both of them, if you want to. So,
you mean 4 of them?
Okay. Well, I only know of 2 of them. So,
well, I don't advertise a lot of my stuff because I figure people will find it anyway. Especially if you watch my channel and go through the playlist, you'll see videos from all 4 of my channels on the playlist, and they're, oh wow, he's got a different channel, and that's usually how people find me.
Right.
But I'll go through my main channel that we're on right now, the Daily Dan Blog, is mainly where I do cryptid stuff like Bigfoot, Lizard Man, investigations of actual witnesses. And once in a while, I may review a comic book just for the fun of it. Whenever I get to a point where I haven't got a lot of Bigfoot sightings to go out and investigate, you may see me review a rare old classic comic book. As you can see behind me, I do collect rare comics.
Yes, I didn't know that you did until I caught that video where you actually was talking about the Partridge Family. Yeah. Now I grew up.
I've got like I'm over 100 comic book reviews on there.
Oh, well, I guess I need to check.
TV shows like the Monkeys, the Monsters, Lizville. Very rare collector comics.
Yeah, that's cool.
And some new stuff. And that's what my main channel is all about. And then I have another channel. called Daily Dan's The Good Stuff. And if you go to the Good Stuff channel, you'll find mainly movie trailers and classic TV show stuff. Nothing hardly ever to do with Bigfoot except for movie trailers about Bigfoot or monster movie stuff. Like the Legend of Boggy Creek, I did a video where I showed the trailer from that.
Hey, Jean Hudson, how you doing, sweetheart? She said, hello, Dan.
I'm monitoring the chat with one of my other phones.
Okay. So what got you started doing YouTube? I mean, what made you decide to do YouTube?
Actually, I blame a guy that I work with on the wrestling stuff named Matt Troisey, because I was a moderator on his channel for years. And we were always talking about, what you doing tonight? Well, I'm camping out in the woods looking for Bigfoot. You know, he ragged me about my Bigfoot experiences and stuff, and we talked about it a lot. And one day he said to me, you know, you really ought to start a YouTube channel and let people see what you're seeing. And maybe they would actually be interested in that. I really, you know, I watched a few Bigfoot shows like Bigfoot Odyssey and whatever, but I wasn't really thinking that nobody cared what Daily Dan was doing. You know what I mean? But
Well,
once I started the channel, when I started my channel and put up my first videos, I was doing metal detecting and some other stuff and maybe a Bigfoot video once in a while. But really the Bigfoot videos caught on, and I got over 1,000 subscribers in the first month.
What?
Yeah. Within the first month of doing Bigfoot videos, I had 1,000 subscribers on this channel, the Daily Dan Blog.
Now I haven't made it that far. I'm probably about sitting at 246 right now. I mean, you know, I put out some pretty good stuff too now, but mine ain't getting.
This one's really going to kill you. I have another channel called Danny's World, which I do 1 minute short clips from my videos and other people's videos about Bigfoot and cryptid stuff, monsters. Sometimes just another video about stuff from other YouTube channels. Give a kind of a shout out. Right. And last night it hit 20,000 subscribers.
Yeah, Jean said that she's seen a lot of shout outs from your Daily Dan show. Yeah.
Now, this is on Danny's World, my other channel. And hold on for 1 minute. I hate to do this on camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Danny's World. I will look you up.
20,000 subscribers last night. And now it's got 200 more today.
That is wild.
And you get stuff like this.
Oh, the Thunderbird. Yeah, I seen that. That was cool. Look at the wingspan.
I put that up on both my channels, on the Daily Dan Blog and Danny's World.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And of course, you see my other channel, Danny Staten channel, where I just do flea markets and other interesting stuff I can find to do.
Jason, like how many channels do you have? 4 channels. 4 channels.
Danny Staten channel, Danny's World, the Daily Dan Blog, and Daily Dan's The Good Stuff. And my favorite channel that I got is the one about the movies, and it's got the least amount of subscribers of any of them.
Well, you need to email me that link to that channel that you have the least amount, all your channels that you have, that way I can keep up with everything you're doing.
Oh, like I know how to do that. Come on. Okay, the limit of my expertise is I can shoot a video and load a video. I don't know how to edit a video, send links. I don't even know how to put a thumbnail on a video. And I do that on purpose, and I don't want to learn, because if people know I shoot a video and put it up, they know absolutely there's no chance I pulled no hokey stuff or did no crap or no fake stuff, because I don't know how to do nothing. I don't know how to edit an image into a video.
Me neither.
You get what I see or what I'm doing.
Right. That's the way I am too. I like to keep it real. There's nothing fake in my videos whatsoever. You see what I see. And, you know, the people that do put that stuff up there, that I believe that's just for entertainment purposes only. And, you know, it makes a lot of us Bigfoot hunters mad because they're up there advertising something that's not real.
I agree 100%. I believe in realism.
Yes, yes. I mean, you know, I don't do the editing of my videos. My husband is trying to teach me so I could take out like the non-needed parts or whatever. But my husband does all my editing to my videos because I don't know what I'm doing. He does my editing. He's good at editing. He's like, taking out the boring parts that we don't need. Or like, for instance, one of the areas I went into, I fell and busted my ass twice. And I told him, I said, cut that out of there. I don't want everybody seeing me fall and bust my rear.
You can actually see on two of my videos where I go down hard. One of them, I come up with blood and everything else. You can tell I went down rough. And I left it on there and put it right on up. It's what happened.
I can't do that. I don't want nobody seeing me bust my tail. I just can't do it. But that is cool. So anyways, let's go ahead and get this started. So, we all know that you're a Bigfoot hunter, of course. We all know that, that you go out, you're trying to get vocals, you're trying to spot whenever somebody comes and says, okay, well, we seen this place here. We seen something here running through this place. What makes you want to jump up and go out there and find that evidence? I mean, do you ever get scared when you go out there? I mean, so many questions.
My mama says I'm too stupid to be scared.
Oh, no.
I got no fear in my heart.
You got to be some kind of scared, Dan. I mean, seriously. I mean, you're going in, you don't.
I spent 2 years in Iraq and Afghanistan. You can't scare me. I've seen it all.
So, you're not never worried about what you're going to stumble upon, like especially the ones that are cloaked, like that you can't see all that great. Like,
no, I don't have no fear. I just don't get scared. Don't get scared. I don't feel what people feel is called fear. I'm more too curious and too interested. And I carry a really big freaking gun. I mean, like a huge one.
Well, I don't know if you caught the show. Did you come up on the show last week with when I was on up there with Second Star Survival?
Yeah, I was on there.
Okay, well, he told me, he was like, it's not a bad thing to carry a gun out in the woods because you don't never know what's going to come out at you. But always make sure that
what you're going to say about the Bigfoot and the creatures smelling the gunpowder and ammunition. Mm-hmm. In the videos I made this week on a site investigation, I talk about him in the gunpowder and the smell and stuff, and how I might stop carrying a gun and start carrying knives instead, on kind of what he said.
Right.
You can hear me talk about that on a video probably coming up Sunday.
Okay. Well,
Sunday or next week, one of the two.
Right. I mean, I believe it. What Matt said, it made a lot of sense to me. It really honestly did, because I mean, I don't carry a gun when I go out. I don't have no kind of weapon on me. Now, my husband, on the other hand, I always try to make sure that he has something on his side in case, a bear was to come at us, or, something that we wasn't well bargained for, because I don't set out to shoot a Sasquatch. I don't want to ever have to shoot.
I don't want to shoot nothing.
But if
sometimes
I'm being
you have to.
Right. If I'm being charged by one and, we have to end up doing something like that, that's totally different. Totally different.
Well, the woods are dangerous, and you never know what you're going to run into when you're in a forested area. I've been in the woods probably 20,000 times in the last 5 years, but I've only had to use my gun twice. And that was like a 300-pound wild boar with little piglets. And I got too close to the babies and she attacked me, and I had to shoot the pig. I had to shoot the wild hog. And then there was a bear incident where I got with a really aggressive bear and I had to shoot it. But I've only had to shoot 2 things.
Right. Right. Oh, well, I haven't stumbled upon something like that. About the only thing that I've had come up on me that I wasn't prepared for was a copperhead. And I was out fishing when that happened. I had just casted my pole out, and it's like I got this uneasy feeling for some reason, and I happened to look down, and that thing was reared up at me, staring at me, talking about screaming.
I see a snake. I'll run towards Bigfoot, but I'll go the other way if I see a snake. Ain't that shit, Bob?
I froze, Dan. I froze. I couldn't move. I was scared if I would move, it would strike me. I was scared. But I had somebody with me that had a gun on his side, and I started screaming for him, and he come running and shot it and killed it. And I was ever so happy. I was glad. So let's talk about these vocals that you got on your channel. Oh my, guys, if you have not seen Daily Dan's channel on YouTube, please do go check it out, because these vocals that he's picking up are simply amazing from his own backyard, you guys, his own backyard. Did you ever find out what that was in your backyard that was making those vocals that everybody's talking about?
I have no clue. I've actually took the audio up to the zoo to a primatologist and
Uh-huh.
had them listen to it, and they're sitting there with their mouths hung open, saying they had never heard nothing like that.
That growl was something serious. I mean, it really honestly was. I'm sitting here like, when, I always watch I always watch your videos. And then when I pulled that one up that day, I was like,
Is that the one
what?
where I fell at the end of it?
I
Did
don't
the
know.
feather go up in the air all of a sudden and stop without me signing off?
I don't, I don't remember you falling. Maybe you did, and I just didn't catch that part because I was like, my mouth was in awe from the sounds. Um, to me, I mean, it sounded like, almost like a canine growl, like um, like a dog or a wolf or.
Have you heard the videos that I do where the wolves, this area I'm in is infested with red wolves, and you get a lot of red wolves howling at the moon sometimes. I put videos up about that too, and you can hear the wolves howling, but something howls with them wolves. Something strange howls with them wolves. And I've caught that audio quite a few times and put it up. And then there's that, I don't even know how to describe the roaring, growly sound like a dinosaur that I caught
Yeah.
a couple of times.
Let's see. Dora said I was at a park in Greenville and a coyote ran through us. Laughing. Oh, that had to have been creepy.
I say the one that really got me, I don't know if you've seen it or not, was the video where you could actually see this glowy looking head thing off in the woods. And it really freaked me out real bad. That's the one that made me start putting a gun in my own backyard.
I believe you. I believe you. I forget what the name of that video is. I wish I could remember what the name of the video is that I'm talking about because I really want everybody to go listen to those vocals. Those vocals are crazy. It shouldn't be hard to find. It's a short video where he posted it up there, guys. The Daily Dan blog. Do go check him out. I mean, you
You
will
don't have
not.
the ability. You don't have the ability. You don't like pull up people's videos and show them on your show much, do you?
I, I thought about doing that, but I'm afraid that when I do that, that I'm gonna take a knock in the live off. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have another friend that does live streams, the
Uh-huh.
Swerve Show, and the
Uh-huh.
Swerve he'll show my videos and react to them on his wrestling live stream after wrestling, and he cracks me up with some of the stuff he says about my videos. But he does do that.
Yeah, feel free if you want to pull it up so everybody can hear it.
I'm working on it. I'm not sure how it'll work out, but like I said, I don't usually do this. I don't usually do live streams. As a matter of fact, I've only done a couple.
Yeah, I've seen you up on Mog's
Well,
panel a couple of times.
because I'm a very, very close friend with Jackie, the lady that co-hosts with him. I've known
Uh-huh.
her for years before I knew who Moggs was. Me and her go back a long way. And when she started co-hosting, as a favor to her, I agreed to be on that show. And we kind of hit it off. And I'm real comfortable with Moggs. I like that guy a lot. So I'll go
Nice.
on his show.
Well, I appreciate you coming up on mine.
Oh, hold on. Let's try with volume. You get a taste of what's going on. It's called Bigfoot or Dogman Encounter, July 12th.
That's what it was.
You can see that glowy looking head thing.
I
And
did. I seen that in the video. I was like, I want to say something like, well, maybe he already seen that. There
and
was something there.
yeah, and primatologist at the zoo, he told me he'd never seen nothing or heard nothing like that. He said it was bizarre.
It really was. It really was. I have never heard a growl. I mean, we've been growled at since we've been out Bigfoot hunting and grunted at and whistled at, but I've never heard a growl like that ever. That's why I
I've
said,
actually caught a few growls and a few weird whoopy sounds. I guess what you call them, whoops.
yeah, whoop. So I've been whooped at too. The Devil's Tramping Ground, we went out there ghost hunting. I didn't even think about Bigfoot being out there. You know, it's a wooded area. I didn't think about nothing about it until we started walking down the trails there, and we started hearing whoop, whoop, and stumbled upon some big old foot tracks too. And then down there was like, oh God, here we go. Everywhere we're
Any,
going, I'm bumping into them. It's crazy.
anytime I see anytime I see footprints or tracks or anything, wood structures or whatever, I always make sure that gets a video
Right,
because
right.
that's the kind of stuff I love to get on video.
Have you ever plastered any footprints?
No, I do not do that. But well, I have in the past, in the 1980s and 90s, but not recently.
Right, right. Well, I mean, um, I keep saying I'm going to, and I will eventually. I want to catch that right footprint. I mean, to where the point to where it's one of them huge, like 14 foot, not foot, but inches long footprints. I'm waiting for that day that I catch a big old footprint that big for me to plaster something like that. But even then, people saying, that everybody knows that Bigfoot's around now. So it's just a matter of catching them on camera.
You know,
Yeah.
Bigfoot's been a legend in my little hometown since I was a kid. Matter of fact, the first time when I first saw a Bigfoot, I was 11 years old.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of got it started for me is I made the mistake of telling everybody, hey, I saw this hairy thing in the woods and Bigfoot and blah, blah, and became known as the Bigfoot boy in my hometown. The guy who saw Bigfoot and went on a lifelong quest to get video evidence to prove what I saw was real. And so people wouldn't think I was crazy.
Right.
But
Now,
a lot of people in the area I live in have reports and sightings every day.
right. Dan is from South Carolina, Miss Jean. He lives the next state over from me. But she wants to know how long you've been doing this.
I went on my first Bigfoot expedition when I was 16 years old. That was in Washington State, Mount Olympia,
Oh, wow.
on
Where,
vacation.
right.
Washington State.
Where is the craziest place you've been Bigfoot hunting at?
The craziest investigation I went on wasn't a Bigfoot investigation. The craziest one was in New Jersey in the Pine Barrens looking for the Jersey Devil.
Mm.
And actually heard wings flapping and went through a horrific night experience with something kept buzzing down and flapping at the tents.
But you didn't ever see it, did you? You just heard
Never
it.
seen exactly what it was, but it was about the most shook up I was, I said. I wasn't really scared and I was armed, but it was it was just so dark. I really don't like dark nighttime investigations. Very uncomfortable in the dark.
I'll say I'm the same way. I love to go out footing. I will go anywhere you want me to go, but at nighttime you can hang it up. Because
Yeah.
one thing I have noticed since I've been out Bigfoot hunting is, they can already cloak themselves during the day, but at nighttime it's like they're not even there, but they're there because they blend in with the dark. It's like
So I've got an opinion on that most people don't agree with, but I don't think they cloak themselves in some supernatural way. I think a Bigfoot has the ability to blend into its background exactly like other animals, like a squid or a chameleon can do, where they can just basically their hair changes to the color of the woods or the trees or the foliage that helps them blend in better. It's just a natural animal ability. When I was diving, I've seen squids that could change their color and mimic the rocks on the bottom of the ocean.
Okay, we got something interesting. Miss Jean's got something for you. She said that she would love to know what's your take on the Mount St. Helens story.
Where they said they found Sasquatch bodies. Is that what she's referring to?
Is that what you're talking about, Miss Jean?
It has to be, because I heard that. I actually, here's a kicker for you. I have several brothers in the military. That's not a secret. And I actually have a brother stationed in Antarctica who does military security for Myrtle Base down there.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my brothers actually told me the story about other people he knew in the military who had went out there and rounded up dead bodies off Mount St. Helens. And there were some large hairy creatures they couldn't identify that was turned over to the Smithsonian. So I've heard that story before it ever broke on news, or before Jimmy Church was talking about it on Fade to Black or anything. I'd heard that
Mm-hmm.
story a long time ago, within weeks of the eruption.
Wow. Oh, well, let's see. Okay, here's another one for you. So, how many actual encounters have you had with Bigfoot?
I saw Bigfoot. It's
Mm-hmm.
what you're talking about, not
Mm-hmm.
just whoops or tree knocks or something right out of sight.
Right.
Actually, with my own two eyes,
Yes.
when I was 11 years old, I saw a hairy creature that was about 8 or 9 foot tall coming down a hill at me 60 yards away. And I saw it up close and personal. And one time I saw an upper shoulder area of hair in the woods in Washington State. And then about maybe 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, I actually saw up close and personal right in front of me a 8.5, 9 foot tall, large Bigfoot that was the skinniest, hungriest looking thing I ever saw in my life. And did not get it on camera, but I did see it for about 10 seconds as it passed by through the woods. I got a real good look at it. I could even see his big long ding-a-ling swinging. He was so close.
No way.
So
So I
let me
remember.
tell Molly over at Western New York, Bigfoot, the lady that's always talking about Bigfoot penis, I saw it.
Mm. Okay, what about Dogman? Have you had any encounters or actually seen or anything with Dogman?
No, but I know people who have, and I've actually did a few dogman investigations too. And usually I'll tag a video when somebody tells me they saw a large hairy creature, but they didn't see it from the front. They just saw it
Right.
from the back. They saw a hairy something in the woods. I'll put Bigfoot or Dogman because we don't know, because I get so many reports of both from this area. In Williamston, not too long ago, I had a report that somebody saw a whole family of werewolves, Dogman, running through the woods near a campsite. And I did a video about that. It's called Werewolves of Williamston. And you
Oh,
should
I
check that out, because I actually found, no doubt in my mind, a Dogman footprint that is different than the Bigfoot footprints you find. They're more claw shaped and different. And if you look at that video and look at that print I found, you'll blow your mind.
I believe it. I believe it because it's like I've been telling everybody, I like Bigfoot. I love anything to do with Bigfoot. I think they're beautiful creatures. Beautiful creatures. Now, would I want to come face to face with one? No. But I don't go out in the woods to disrespect these things whatsoever. When I go out in the woods, it's just clearly to find out if they're there, or if I can actually catch them on camera. It's all I'm out there doing. I'm pretty much researching their habitat. Is what I'm doing.
Well, since I retired from work, I've had the ability to put my full focus and my time on being a cryptid investigator. So I don't just investigate Bigfoot. I investigate dogman sightings. We got a lizard man thing here in South Carolina, and I've actually been on lizard man investigations. And I've done a couple of UFO investigations too. I actually had a UFO investigation where Bigfoot was sighted on the road beside where the UFO was seen at the exact same time. And I did a big video about that. And I actually found a circular place in the woods that looked like something set down out there. So that was a real interesting investigation.
Now
Forgive me
that's
if I'm a little hoarse. I've had a real bad week this week. I had blood pressure issues, and the medicine they give me had a bad effect on me. And it just really made me sick. I feel sorry for anybody that's got high blood pressure.
I don't have that problem. I just have sugar problems.
I do that. I have that too. I have sugar medication and blood pressure medication. They told me my blood sugar. They told me I was a borderline diabetic, and if I didn't do something about my blood sugar, I was going to have some problems.
It's not nothing to play with, I promise you, because I get to the point where I almost feel like I'm ready to pass out.
Well, and when it started, I went on full keto. You know what keto is?
Yeah, that keto diet.
And let me tell you, that is the best thing in the world, and it's highly recommended. I eliminated anything. You look at the label on everything, and if it says sugar added, eliminate it. You change your kind of bread you eat from white bread to wheat bread. I get Coke Zero now. I still get to have my Coca-Cola, Coke Zero with no sugar. That's the biggest thing for me is I can still drink Coke. But it really helps. I went, check this out now. This time last year, I weighed 380 pounds and was in some of the worst health you could possibly imagine. And I went on keto. And then around December, I was down to 350. And then in February, I hit around 320. And I went to the doctor last week, and now I'm down to 285.
Well, that's awesome.
283.
That is awesome. That is the
major weight loss.
Yes.
Of course, 40-mile hikes in the woods probably help a little bit.
Those long walks you take. I do. I like being out in the woods. I just don't like being out in the woods at nighttime. I'm not a nighttime person when it comes to the woods because you don't never know what's going to creep up on you.
Well, really, I haven't been doing a YouTube channel about Bigfoot and stuff, but just a little bit over a year. And it was one of the things, because I hadn't really been out on investigations in a while because I'd been sick and overweight and not doing good. And it was when I got on the medicine, and it was when I got on the keto, and it was that got me out back in the woods and got me out doing stuff again.
That's not the one I wanted to pull up. Let's see. Is this the one up above it? Hold on. Are you into paranormal? Do you believe in the paranormal?
I'm not saying I'm define paranormal. Are you talking ghosts? Are you talking spirits? Are you talking demons, exorcisms, and possessions? Paranormal covers a lot of territory. You can't just say, "Oh, are you into the paranormal?" You have to be a little more specific on what you're talking about. But if it means anything, my mother was a paranormal investigator. She hunted ghosts, and when I was 8 years old, I was on investigations with her and her cameras trying to catch orbs and stuff in haunted houses. So I grew up a paranormal investigator, mother. Been in cemeteries looking for disembodied spirits at midnight when I was 10. So I grew up in that paranormal field. So I covered lots of categories in that.
Okay. Mary says, Dan, kudos to you dieting over Christmas time. I can't do it. Too many goodies. Respect, sir. How do you do it? Seriously.
It was easy for me because the doctor threatened me with shots in the stomach of insulin if I didn't change my ways. So I don't like needles at all. They're worse than spiders. So I didn't want nothing to do with that. So I changed my evil ways.
Why isn't that pulling up? Come on, get back up there. It says, Lockbeer says, keto great. Better if you go completely fatty meat. Trust me, cures or ends symptoms for so many things. Humans crafted big spear points for thousands of years. It's in our DNA.
Lockbeard, dude, I love that guy. He's awesome.
Lockbeard is cool. Yeah, Lockbeard is cool. I've seen him up on many of chats. Lockbeard up there, him cutting up with everybody. Yeah, I actually thought about trying to get him up on my panel too eventually. I don't know what all he's into. I just, I would like to talk to him, get him up on panel as well. Next week, next Friday, we've got Trinity PARA-CRYPTID Research, the whole gang up on the channel up here. Wow. Yeah, so we got some big names coming. I'm still working on
Friday nights. If I don't join you live, I'll watch the show. Usually on a Saturday morning during breakfast or something.
Right.
Because I do on Mondays and Fridays, I do a live stream for the wrestling, where I get rewarded greatly for doing that.
I hear you.
I don't do it for free. I get practically a paycheck for doing it.
That's awesome. As long as you're getting paid for what you're doing. I mean,
well, not always like a big cash payment.
Hey, Abandoned Boys. Salute, Corey. What's up, boy and brother?
the dude did give me something like this.
Oh no, that's real, isn't it?
It's a real world title. The one held by Andre the Giant. It's the biggest one they make.
What's up, Iron Dogger? How you doing?
And that was my reward for being his first moderator on his wrestling stream.
That is amazing, Dan. That's real. That's a real one.
Yeah, it weighs about 20 pounds.
I was getting ready to say, I bet you that thing is heavy as crap too.
It's one of my prized possessions.
So, tell me a story, any story you want to, since you've been out Bigfooting. Tell me something that's going to make my mouth drop. Tell me something that will deter people to your channel that will be like, okay, yeah, we're a fan for life. Tell me something. Tell me what, whatever you want to tell me.
That's a hard question. I was prepared for that one, and I made notes, damn it. One that really creeped me out.
Mm-hmm.
This is before I started doing a YouTube channel. And this is way before I started even watching YouTube. This goes back. But I've always been a fisherman. I'd go fishing, fish for a little while, then walk the woods around the river areas or the lakes I were fishing at, just to be interested in footprints or whatever. Always Bigfoot in the back of my mind, as I've always been interested in cryptids and paranormal, as we've stated.
Right.
And I was on this riverbank one time near Williamston, near Holiday Dam. And I was just on a fishing trip. And as I'm walking down the river, on the ground's a dead rabbit. And it looked like it had been ripped through the middle and the insides had been eaten out of it.
Mm.
And I thought to myself, that was weird, but a predator got it, a wolf, a coyote, or a fox. Right. And I went down a little bit further, about another 20 yards, 30 yards, and there was some dead squirrels. And they had been cleaned out the same way. I was like, wow, that's weird, right?
Right.
I went down a little bit further down that river, and this one freaked me out. It was a dead possum that had been completely ripped to shreds.
Oh.
I mean, it's hard to explain how bad this thing was ripped to pieces and the meat eat. And I was like, oh, well, this is weird. I took out my gun, made sure I had a round in the chamber. I thought possibly a bear, and I started taking my gun in my hand just in case, because I was a little nervous, these were fresh kills. They were still bloody. I got down maybe 50 more yards into this heavily wooded area where a creek comes into the river, and there lay the dead deer. And the dead deer didn't have a mark on it, but its head was twisted around backwards. And I reached down and I touched it, and the sumbitch was still warm.
It means he just killed it.
And when I reached down and touched it and felt the warmth of it, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. And it was at that point I heard up in the woods. And to this day, I regret my actions. I really do. But it freaked me out so bad, I opened up on the woods and I dropped the whole clip off right in the area that it came from. And then I could hear something trotting off through the woods really fast, and I never got to see what it was. And I've always regretted them actions of just that reflex that, that you're about to be next. And I really had that feeling I was about to be next when I heard that growl, and I just opened up on the bushes. And to this day, I don't know if it was a bear, a dog man, a Bigfoot, or what the hell it was, because I shot and scared it off. I wouldn't make that mistake today, 20 years later,
No.
But as a much younger man, it was a reflex action to open fire.
Oh, yeah.
I had just come out of a combat situation, and I was still a little jumpy with PTSD.
Right.
Like I said, I spent a lot of time in Afghanistan and Iraq.
What year was it when you served?
I did not serve. I was private security for ambassadors, Black Knight Security.
Okay. Okay.
But I was not a military person. I got a real paycheck. I also got blowed up, shot, and stabbed. So
So you've been through a lot in your life, haven't you?
You have no idea.
Oh, I mean, you know, it's regardless if you weren't military or not, thank you for your service. You were out there defending, you were out there protecting. So you still deserve that, you know, salute. Thank you so much for
I
your
don't
service.
really feel like I don't really feel like I deserve the honor that one of our boys in service, like us,
Right,
one of our soldiers would deserve. Like I
right,
said, I got paid for what I did. It was a job. I just guarded people to make sure they didn't get hurt.
right. So you were awesome all the way around, Dan. I just want you to know that. You are really awesome. This has really been a pleasure having you up here. It really has. I mean, like I
And
said,
I enjoyed it.
I've been
One of the
waiting.
reasons I said yes to you when I said no to everybody else is I really like the way you do interviews. You're laid back and you're comfortable and you're nice. You're not like trying to pick people apart like some people we know. And
Yeah,
you know the channels I'm talking about with what 76,000 subscribers. They think it's their
yeah,
job to pick apart everything and everybody.
yeah. We had a
I think
situation
they know
last
it all.
Right. We had a situation last week where it kind of made me, you know, everybody kind of seeing a little bit of my temper, but you know, when I want everybody to come up here in my chat and be able to be laid back, relaxed, and just have a good time. I don't want somebody coming up on my channel and, you know, in a chat saying, well, you guys shouldn't do this. Brenda, you shouldn't be running through the woods. It's a waste of your time. It's what I want to do. You know,
Exactly.
it's you know, if I know what I'm doing when I'm going out there, I know I'm taking a chance of getting hurt too, but I'm having fun with it.
If I had a dollar for every time one of my family or one of my friends told me I was crazy for what I do, how dangerous it was.
I mean, it's yeah, we all know there's dangers going out there because nobody truly knows what these creatures are all about. Nobody does.
I'm from South Carolina. Have you ever seen Deliverance? The movie Deliverance with Burt Reynolds?
I've seen a lot of Burt Reynolds movies,
Well, if you
and
ever see Deliverance, remember that was filmed in South Carolina, and you'll know why I'm more worried about the people than I am Bigfoot or Dogman.
mm,
I bet people in the chat they love it, and I'm surprised they're not commenting right now, because some of them probably saw Deliverance, saw Ned Beatty squeal like a pig.
yep, yep. Flat Rock, it's nice to see you, buddy. Look, Flat Rock is another one that I'm trying to get up on my panel. He told me give him a little bit of time. He'd be honored to come up on my channel and do an interview with me. NMB, you know, Northern Michigan Bigfoot. I'm a big fan of his too. There's a lot of you guys that I want up on my panels because I watch your stuff. I see that you guys are real. I see that you guys have foot or boots on the ground. You're out there looking just like I am. I respect every one of you Bigfoot hunters. Have so much respect for you guys. I'm learning from you guys. That's another reason I ask you guys to come on my panel because you guys teach me. We learn from each other. Some of us have had different experiences than the others have. And that's why I ask you guys to come up here because we learn from one another. And everything that you do, Dan, is truly amazing. And there's one more thing that I want to ask you, and I'll let anybody ask anything in the chat. If you have any questions for Daily Dan, please do put them all in caps and we will get them answered. But okay, so I've had an experience and I want to know if you've had an experience like this. So we went out, um, there's a place called Old Waynesboro Park in Goldsboro. Now, we went out there ghost hunting in the 1844 graveyard. If anybody don't know that I am a ghost hunter too, me and my husband both, we're Hawk Paranormal ESTNC on YouTube. But we went to an old 1844 graveyard. We was walking down a path. I think you've heard this story. Well, it was at nighttime, and my husband had his headlamp on his forehead, and he started panning it around in the woods. And there was something standing on 2 feet, standing next to a tree. Its head was up in the branches and a big old poppy glowy eyes. I made a joke about it, thinking it's like, if that's Bigfoot, y'all are on your own, because I had no idea Bigfoot was here in North Carolina. None. Until we got up to that graveyard and something was circling us. And it started making all kinds of noises, like different kinds of animals, like a coyote or birds or, you know, stuff like this. You could tell that it wasn't the animal that it was trying to perceive itself to be. So, you know, I was telling everybody, I knew everybody was going to look at me like I was crazy as hell. I knew it. I could feel it. In fact, you didn't see no damn Bigfoot. What the hell's wrong with you? You're imagining stuff. No, I know what I saw that night. So I said, okay, y'all want to say I didn't see a Bigfoot? I'm going back out there and I'm going to investigate. So when we did, no sooner than we walked into these woods, Dan, we had something following us. You could hear the footsteps. You could hear it following us. But seeing it? No. Until we got to like this, was it like a bedding area? To where, you know how they make their little like little hiding areas, I guess it would be a good way to put it. You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever had an instance to where you're going through the woods and you can actually hear them following you?
In my last video, before the one that just come out today, the last week, I can actually hear something. One of the ones last week, when I was in the woods on a video, you can actually hear something in front of me and behind me making wood knocks. And it freaked me out a little bit. I felt surrounded.
Yeah. Because I like whenever they try to close in on me, that's another thing too. Whenever they try to close in on me, I feel like I'm boxed in. I'm claustrophobic as it is. But when I feel like I'm boxed in, is when I start freaking out. When I start going like, okay, I'm, you know, sweating bullets and like, okay, I've got to get out of this area. Something's making me feel sick. I've already got headaches from them, and I've got sick to my stomach from them, from the infrasound that they throw out.
That. And I think it affects me a little bit different. This makes me nervous and make the hair on my neck stand up. Like I said, I'm not prone to fear.
Yeah. But I was also told to try something else too that I don't know how much you would be um up for doing it. But you know those earphones that are earplugs that they give that squish up that you can put inside your ears.
I'm very familiar with them.
Okay, well they told me this is what I was told to try. They told me to take and put those in my ears and walk through the forest because it won't the infrasound that they put out won't bother me as bad, and I should be able to see them a little bit better. Because
my oldest son was a drummer, so I'm very familiar with the earplugs.
They said to try those to see, you know, for like people like me, you know, where I get headaches from them and I get sick to my stomach when I go out and I hunt them. You know, I'm willing to try anything anybody could give me to tell me to do. I'm all up for it, but I don't want to be to the point to where I can't hear my surroundings. You understand what I'm saying? I still want to be able to, you know, when they creep up on me.
The best advice I can give somebody, and a lot of people don't agree with it, is don't beat on trees with sticks and don't go woo, 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 making a lot of hollering noises. And people say, oh, that's what the finding Bigfoot people do. That must be what you need to do. That's not what you need to do. When these creatures make them hollers and you hear them holler, or you hear them creatures hit a stick against the tree, other creatures knows exactly what that means. And if you hit that stick wrong against that tree, you could be telling that creature, hey, attack.
Oh, there's a good one. Here's a good one for you. NMB's asking, says, Dan, you get the whisper in your ears too?
I don't know if you'd call it a whisper, but it's more like, if you ever watch this guy named Long Island Bigfoot in his videos, and he says he feels like they're telepathically communicating. And sometimes I get that feeling like something's telling me I need to get the hell out of here, or you need to leave. But it's not really, it's hard to explain how that works or exactly what that is. Like I said, I think these creatures are very old and very wise and have been around a long time. Like thousands of years ago, humans had more abilities with their mind than they do now. Years of Coca-Cola and McDonald's have dulled our senses. But the creatures are all natural and they have abilities. I think they can communicate telepathically. I think they have the abilities that the people of the old days used to have, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. They well, when I first started Bigfoot hunting, I'm not gonna lie, I was it's still a part of me is somewhat convinced to know, just like you had told me earlier, it's nothing to do with paranormal or whatever. But even though they're not the same, I feel like something something paranormal is in there somewhere. Because how they can cloak themselves, how they can disappear right in front of your eyes. You understand what I'm saying? It don't exactly have to be paranormal, Dan. I'm just saying it's what it makes it seem when they disappear in front of your eyes.
Once again, if a creature has a higher developed mental ability, like some people can do telekinesis and move objects with their mind because these people are a little bit higher mental ability. Imagine what level of mental ability these creatures work at if they're all natural for thousands of years. They don't eat hamburgers and they don't partake in sugar and they don't do the things that wear our mental facilities out. They can probably make you think you're not seeing them and be standing right in front of you by affecting you mentally because of their mental prowess.
Yeah, that all has right. That all has to do with like infrasound, right? The infrasound that they throw off.
To an extent, but once again, I think it's a mental ability. If you ever familiar with telekinesis or the ones that are people who psychics can know what you're thinking. You went to a psychic, right, and had your fortune read,
No.
even at a carnival. But a psychic, I once knew a lady who could pick up an object and tell you all about the owner. I once knew a lady who could find lost children by picking up their clothes, and reading the psychic energy from the object that belonged to that person. And if a human can have that much of an ability, imagine what a creature like this would have.
Right. Right.
And once again, I think it's added up to mental ability more than supernatural ability.
Typical watch. Have you been out in the woods night? Typical is that for me or is that for Dan? Because if it's for
I
me,
have been on plenty of night investigations. I don't like them.
I've been out in the woods twice at night for Bigfoot, and the second time wasn't for Bigfoot. We were ghost hunting,
No.
and Bigfoot just so happened to be out there.
We
So
would take it even further and we would go and get dropped off by helicopter up on Mount Olympia in Washington and spend the next 3 weeks camping and living off the land up in the mountains of Washington State in what we call prime Bigfoot country, untouched forest.
and
And
we
that's very big adventures for me in my youth.
right. Well, I can tell you, like I said, everybody knows my story about how I encountered Bigfoot. I've told it many a times. But the second time I was in the woods at nighttime with being in the dark and Bigfoot was around was out in Kinston, back behind one of the gyms I used to go to in the park. Um, we went out there to ghost hunt because there was a urban legend, or not urban legend, but a story, which is a true story, that they pulled a boat up out of the Neuse River and like 150 soldiers had passed away. So we went out there to investigate that area and stumbled upon Bigfoot as well. And the whole time we were doing the ghost investigation, we're hearing noises around us. We're hearing like something's creeping up on us. Even the spirit box was telling us Bigfoot. Brenda, Bigfoot. Bigfoot is near. I already knew Bigfoot was out there, but I was trying to ignore that and do what we would.
Whoa, what happened? I guess it's my show now. Welcome to the Daddy Dan Show. We'll all be talking about Bigfoot today. And I don't know what happened to Brenda. I just lost her. Wow. There she is.
My hand hit the computer. Sorry, guys.
That's
But
okay. The Daddy Dan had it. I was going to do the Daddy Dan Show and talk about Bigfoot.
hey, there you go. There you go. But yeah, we were out there. We were out there ghost hunting, and the noises and everything that was going on around me, it creeped me out because I don't like being outside out in the woods at nighttime because I can't see nothing. And I was creeped out. That's the only 2 times I've been in the woods with Bigfoot at nighttime, and I won't never do it again if I don't have to.
I really, really want me some of the night vision gear. I really do.
Yeah.
Especially kind of what I encounter right around my little neighborhood. I have not been able to acquire that yet, but I'm looking into it.
Actually, wait a minute. There is one more story I could tell you. The Devil's Tramping Ground. When I was telling you about the Bigfoot, well, Bigfoot snapped a tree at us and launched the tree while we were out Devil's Tramping Ground where we was doing our investigation out there too. So that's 3 times I've been to woods at nighttime with Bigfoot.
You was talking about cemeteries earlier, and I noticed that a lot of Bigfoot sightings happen in vicinities of cemeteries.
Yeah.
When you ever hear me talk about I'm in the Murk Woods or the Mirkwood area of Pelzer, that surrounds a giant cemetery. Mirkwood goes all the way around the cemetery. And that's where I get more sightings in that one area than anywhere else around. I had 22 in 1 week there. 22 sightings of Bigfoot in that area in a week. And then nothing.
So they're all around us. They are so all around us. I mean, you know, do you ever just go out there not just because of sightings? Do you go out just because you want to go out and look?
Oh yeah, 28. Oh God, 25 hours straight. Then I took the grandkids and we went and camped in the middle of it.
Whoa! We mods, knock that out of there. Got somebody up in chat saying F you, F you, F you, F you, F you.
Yeah, that's probably Johnny Boots. Never.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't normally have stuff like that in my chat. I don't like if you guys see it, my mods, if you're in here, if you guys see stuff like that, get rid of it. I don't know who that was. I don't know who Richard Stallman was, but he wasn't very nice. He kept coming up saying the FU word. So I don't deal with stuff like that in my chat or on my panel, and I'm not gonna have it in here. This is a family place right here where everybody comes to have fun, but I want my chats and everything to be laid back in here. And I don't want to have to show my temper today. So if you're coming in here with intentions of messing with anybody in my chat or on my panel, stay the hell away from my channel because I'm not going to have it.
I try to control my mouth. You know, I recommend my videos are for adults because I kind of have Tourette's and I never know what's going to come out my mouth, and I do use some pretty colorful language sometimes.
Peter Parker, I don't know who that was. I've never seen that name before ever. That was the first time for me. But they come up just automatically F you. You're not going to use that in here. No. You don't come in here messing with nobody on my panel or in my chat. So anyway.
I tease my friend Long Island Bigfoot Mike that he's got the G-rated stream for general audiences, and I've got the R-rated stream for adults. If you watch my videos, they're for adults.
There we go again. Somebody coming up here being stupid using the FU word. Guys, I do apologize. I'm sorry.
You know, I still don't see that in my chat.
That's because I'm getting them before it gets too bad. I'm trying to watch.
Special hello to my friend Darren Dogger. Hey, I see you in chat.
Oh my God. Harrison Parker. Stop coming up in my shit doing that now.
It's called block.
F you cunt. That's what I'm getting now.
Block them.
I'm trying. I'm trying. Guys, if you see these names, block them. Or they report them something. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the chat. I don't never get messed with like this. This is what that's what I don't understand. Why all of a sudden? Hold their name and report them. Hanson Parker.
Yeah, don't do no good report nothing to YouTube, believe me.
Oh my God. They keep coming right back in, right back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's nasty too. I'm sorry again, guys. I apologize. I really do. This guy is apparently trolling. He keeps coming in with different names.
I see him now.
Yep, look.
Oh, that's bad.
We don't use that kind of language in here. No, I don't see color.
I hope my girlfriend's not watching the chat because, you know, I'm with my girlfriend's black and she would not appreciate that. Right.
I'm the type of person. I love everybody. I don't see color. I don't discriminate against nobody. It's just, you know, you got ignorant people in this world.
Yeah, you
Very
get a
ignorant.
lot of that. You better get used to it on YouTube. When you get real big and you get like thousands of subscribers, they're gonna
Hmm.
leave you some. They're gonna leave you some comments you're just gonna love. I get.
Oh, I'm already starting to get them kind of comments, Dan. People
Uh,
telling me that I'm full of
if you want
shit.
to have some, I quit erasing them and I quit just doing anything with them, just leaving them up for everybody to read. Go to Danny's World and look at some of the comments on some of them videos I got up over there. Oh my God. But I leave them up. I quit. I used to go through and, oh, I can't believe you said that, and delete all these comments for hours and hours and hours. I finally got tired and just quit caring. People say what they want to say. I don't care.
Right. Thank you,
You're gonna have,
Flat Rock. I
everybody's
appreciate
entitled to their
it.
opinion.
Yeah. So, does anybody got any questions for Dan? Feel free to ask, because I hate to let him go with only an hour and 5 minutes worth of interview time. I'm having fun, except for the people that's coming up and being ignorant in our chat. I'm having fun. I'm able to block them. I can block them. See, there we go again.
Wow.
This is crazy. This is definitely a Friday. Friday. They're just like NMB said. He said trolls Friday night drunks, pretty much. He's back. Oh my God! Stop it! Take your mess somewhere else. Stay the hell off of my channel. Jody reported them. They see that they do this so they get you to end your live stream.
Best thing to do is just ignore it and let the mods deal with it.
They can't block them.
Do
They
your
don't
show. Do your show. Don't watch the chat. Do your show. Don't worry about them. You got moderators. Let them handle it. That's the best advice I can give you.
The only thing the moderators you guys can do is just hide them. Whoop, wrong one. It's all popped up again.
You see, the thing about that is they'll just, if you hide them, they'll just go back on YouTube, make another jerky fake account and come right back on with a different name.
That's true. That is true.
I've hit 1,000 people in one night. It's probably all been the same guy on wrestling live stream.
How did I do this like so quick? Okay, so whoever was trying to send me a question, I seen it, but I can't remember what it says. Please resend it to me. I think Typical Watch sent it.
Lockbeard, I love you, buddy. Lockbeard's the guy.
Okay, so disappointed black man, 48 hours to take action. Okay. I don't know how many that we have, but they're like doing this right back to back. Let me find it. I have another question. It was for me, but I can't find it now. Whoever it was, ask me a question. Please do drop your question again for me. But as far as me being out Bigfoot hunting, I've only been to like maybe, let's say, probably about 3 or 4 different places. And my most interesting place is, have I ever seen them close up? I wouldn't say close up, but I would say that the one that my first encounter that I had one was at nighttime, and it was probably about, I'd say probably about 20 to 25 feet from me. That's how close it was to me.
What part of North Carolina are you in? Are you near Asheville?
No, you know where Raleigh is?
Wow, okay.
I'm an hour from Raleigh. I'm Snow Hill.
That's above Charlotte.
No, this below Charlotte. We're
Below
4
Charlotte. Up in the Charlotte area.
Yeah, we're 4 hours away from it.
Have you heard of this thing called the Bigfoot Museum down in Georgia?
In Georgia?
Yeah, I just found out about this place yesterday. It's
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I just realized I did. I'm sorry.
Bigfoot Museum, Georgia. I'm gonna try to get the address real quick. I just heard about this place. It's called Expedition Bigfoot.
Expedition. Oh, I love Expedition Bigfoot. That's my favorite TV show.
But it's a museum.
It's a museum.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be a place here in North Carolina, and
Expedition Bigfoot, the Sasquatch Museum. And the closest place to it is Cherry Log. And it's in Georgia. If I can get a Cherry Log, Georgia. And I just found out about this place. It's very close to Asheville. And I'm planning on going and check this place out in the near future. Maybe make a video about that. I just found out about it. It's probably about 3 hours from here.
Well, that's not too. That's not too bad at all, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, for leaving that up on the panel. I was, talking to him and trying to get all that mess off of my out of my chat. I don't like seeing stuff like that. There has been some mess going on. So somebody's reporting something. But I'd like to say, let's finish what I was going to say. I have been out to like 4 different places, experienced, a few different places, experienced different things. I think the most thing that I have experienced since I've been out was what I was telling you about the Devil's Tramping Ground, where I actually heard the tree snap and the tree got thrown. After when a tree got thrown, I don't know if it was trying to throw it at us or just trying to throw it to scare us. But the only thing I heard was a really loud thump. And it was completely pitch black dark out there. The only kind of light we had was a little flashlight and a fire going that night. But you couldn't see nothing.
Scary stuff.
Yeah. That was my
once again, I'm not to sound overly cautious, but if you're in any heavily wooded area, I recommend you keep a firearm with you for your own protection, because you don't know what you're going to encounter. They are other things besides Bigfoot that can be dangerous.
We actually caught a picture of one cloaking itself out there. I don't know if I've ever showed you that. But I will send it to you in email. I actually caught one cloaking itself out there. It looks, the funny part is the way it looks. The fur on it looks orange. You know how like when the sunlight beats down on their fur when they're standing out in the middle of the woods. The fur looked orange, but you could see it. You could see it was in the midst of cloaking itself, and that was cool. That was one of the coolest pictures I've ever caught, Bigfoot wise.
That's another thing. You always hear how most Bigfoot pictures are blurry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's to do with that fur they have, where it can change shapes or colors to cloak, so to speak, cloak, for lack of a better word. More like a chameleon that can just change its appearance, I think. But cloak, for lack of a better word. And it's the hair and the fuzz that makes it blurry, because it's in a state of electromagnetic flux. When during the change, it makes everything appear blurry about them.
Right.
Like the man said, it's a real Bigfoot if the picture's blurry.
That was crazy. It was definitely blurry. It was that picture. That's what I said. That I've caught some good things since I've been out Bigfoot hunting, but I've never in my life caught such a good picture the way I did with that. I'm proud of that.
Did you see the picture I put up on my channel that the farmer down on Turkey Road caught in Williamston? Check this out. If I can find it, hold on.
Again, chat, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I appreciate everybody that's up here today. I appreciate it. I mean, you guys are wonderful people. You guys are true family, coming up here supporting me every time I pop up on panel. I hope I didn't block anybody by accident trying to get those people off of my chat. Let's do a head count. Who's all still here? Make sure I didn't block anybody. I see Flat Rock. I see Doris, Typical, Lockbeard, Brandy. I have a question for Dan. Have you tried to mind speak?
Hmm. What?
Have you tried to mind speak? I guess the mind speak
Like
with
to
the.
telepathically communicate with creatures?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to a certain extent, but I have no success in that. I don't guess that my intelligence level's high enough for them. Like I said, I can't even put a thumbnail on the video. I ain't smart enough to talk to Bigfoot. But check this out, Brenda. Check this out. A farmer said he saw Bigfoot cross the road on Cherokee Road in Williamston, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most people wouldn't believe the farmer, right? But the farmer had his phone with him, and he snapped some pictures, and he sent them to me, and I'm the only one who had these pictures. And I'm the only
Right.
one who put them up on YouTube. So you can only see them on Danny's World and the Daily Dan blog. But
Right. Oh wow. Oh wow. That is crazy. That's a good shot. I have seen that one. I have seen that one. Matter of fact, I sure have. Now that's an awesome picture right there.
and to
That's the
me,
kind.
that's patty level clear.
Yes. That's the kind of picture I want. I'm
Well, that's the
jealous.
kind of picture I wish I took, but it was an elderly 87-year-old farmer that took it. He took 4 of them, and I've got all 4 of them, and I've released 3 of them. I still hadn't released one yet. I'm not sure I'm going to release that one, but
Mm,
I've released 3 of them, and they've done very well on YouTube. So
well,
I've got a
you've got
lot of
to.
feedback on them.
Do you know how to watermark stuff where nobody could take it from you? Say it's theirs.
I don't want to do that. I want people to take it, republish it, and just let people know where it come from.
Right.
But if you can, and if you don't, that's fine too. It's about the evidence. It ain't about me. I don't do YouTube to get famous. I do YouTube to prove Bigfoot exists. And if you want to take my picture right here and put it on your channel and say, look what Daily Dan caught, feel free to do it. Anybody in the world. I don't even keep none of the money I make on YouTube. I have 2 channels that's monetized. One of my channels has 20,000 subscribers, and I get a very big check every 3 months from YouTube. And I donate that check to the Shriners Hospital for Children in Greenville
Oh,
every 3 months. I don't keep not a penny I make. I don't want nobody to think I'm doing this shit for money. I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it to prove Bigfoot exists. I give everything I make on YouTube away to charity. Every penny.
that is awesome, Dan. I see. I told you we're an amazing person all the way around. That's wonderful. You don't find a lot of people do that. That is amazing. See, if I was to do something like that, it would be for St. Jude's for me.
Well, my granddaughter had cancer real bad, and Shriners helped her through till she passed away. She was 11 when she died about 4 months ago, and they helped her a lot. And it's kind of a thing with me to help them.
Right. You're giving back. I get it. It will come back to you. Everything you do in goodwill will come back to you.
Oh, I'm good. I ain't worried about that. Me and my girl, we own our house. We're okay. And I get
Right.
great stuff for working for the wrestling guys. They always giving me gifts. I'm on disability, and I get a very big disability check.
Right.
That's
Well,
enough to live on and pay the bills and whatever. I don't really worry much about money, but
most likely paid member on YouTube. Yeah, I agree, Flat Rock, for sure. This person is we already used 5 names. Who we got coming in here flooding my chats up?
is that guy back again?
No. But they're talking about how that he's already come in here with like 5 different names. And somebody else said, this they were really nasty today, guys. That kind of upset me a little bit because I always try to keep my stuff peaceful, and I want everybody to feel comfortable coming in and in here just listening to what whoever I got on panel has to say. So I do apologize, everybody, for what went on. I know it wasn't my fault, but I don't want you guys to deter from coming in here where you have to deal with stuff like that. I don't do stuff. I don't allow stuff like that. I can't stop it, but I don't allow it.
I was
But
going to ask you. I had a real good friend who passed away named Daniel Hawkins from Greenville. Were you any relation to him?
Daniel Hawkins, well, my husband is the Hawkins. His brother's actually named is Daniel Hawkins too. Um, do you know any of his family? Like, can you give family
His
names?
stepbrother was named Jason Carr.
Jason Carr, Jason Carr. All these names. Babe, are you still in the chat? You know any of these names?
He was from Greenville, and I think he passed away. But
Daniel Carr.
we were real good friends back in the day.
Did you hear? You hear what Daily Dan said? He's asking if you're related to we said Daniel Carr or Jason Carr.
Jason Carr or Daniel Hawkins.
Jason Carr or Daniel Hawkins. They're from Greenville. Greenville, South Carolina or Greenville, North Carolina?
Greenville, South Carolina. They used to work at a place called Cubicle Connections in Greenville, a moving company.
He said he's heard those names before. Maybe. Never know.
That would be, wow. It was one of my best friends for a long time.
I said that wouldn't make us kin. It might make us close to it, but look, I consider all my friends, everybody that, you know, the people that I have met here on YouTube are some kind of amazing. I've met some really good people here. I can say,
I have a lot of YouTube friends too.
Yeah, I can honestly say that a lot of people that I've made friends here on YouTube, I consider y'all family. Like, you know, I'm gonna tell you how I stumbled upon finding a lot of you Bigfoot hunters. Because when I first started doing the Bigfoot thing, I just typed in Bigfoot on the search bar on YouTube, and your guys' channel names come up, and I started watching each one of you guys each at a time. The first one I already knew about was Trinity, which I've seen his stuff before, but then I think the second one I found was Northern Michigan Bigfoot. I started watching his stuff, and then I stumbled upon yours, Dan. And like, you guys are some of my favorite ones. And then I found Flat Rock too. Flat Rock has some amazing, amazing sounds that comes out of his wood from back behind his house too. He's just like you. Yeah, Flat Rock's got some good stuff up on his channel too. All you guys are amazing people.
Do you follow Blue Line Bigfoot? Have you ever heard of Blue Line Bigfoot?
Mm-mm.
You should check out Blue Line Bigfoot. My friend Jake over there. It's a great channel. As a matter of fact, I'm considered a part of Blue Line Bigfoot, an associate of Blue Line Bigfoot.
I have I watched Dixie Cryptids, Buckeye Bigfoot, of course you, Northern Michigan Bigfoot. There was another one I just stumbled upon too the other day, and I can't remember the name of it because I haven't watched it yet. But it's another storyline Bigfoot thing too. Blue Line Bigfoot. I'll look that one up too.
These guys are great. And they take it to a new level is to do something that most Bigfoot channels don't do. And that is, they are very entertaining. They entertain you quite a bit.
Oh, definitely. I'll have to look them up. So that they entertain you.
Come on, Odyssey, like, share, subscribe, cause you know that you wanna see Linda and Gary, Big and Harry. Come on our adventure, don't forget to mention BlueLineBigfoot.com.
I'm sorry about that, but I'm part of that. I'm part of Blue Line Bigfoot, and I had to promote them guys a little bit.
That is cool.
They do some entertaining stuff, and they do some serious Bigfoot research in Adirondacks of New York.
Okay.
And they're right in the middle of where the New York Bigfoot guys are, like Long Island, Western New York Bigfoot research guy, and
there's another guy that right, there's another guy that goes out. He basically just goes around and, you know, video records in graveyards and stuff like that. And he might do a spirit box or whatever from time to time too. But he had a Bigfoot encounter in up there in New York too, in a graveyard, one of these big, huge graveyards. So I know
I think I actually saw that.
There was they have them everywhere. The Bigfoot sightings are happening. So I know.
I have to keep the volume down on the other phone when you're monitoring the chat.
Mountain Monsters. I watch Mountain Monsters, Mary. I do. I'm
I
still
like
at
that show too.
it. I don't. I think that's it's pre-recorded. I think that I can't say they're fake, but there's something about it. I just can't put my finger on it yet. To be honest with you, I do. I think there's something about Mountain Monsters that nobody knows. Expedition Bigfoot, though, I promise
Thank you, Doris, for putting that link in the chat for my friends.
Yes, everybody do
Doris
check
is a
out.
good mod, huh?
Yeah, Miss Doris is on top of it now. I'm gonna tell you,
Hey,
she's
a
one of
good
the best
moderator out there. Bye.
one of the
I
best mods I've
also want to get my friend in the chat, Iron Dogger, out because when
yeah.
I first started my channel and I had like 50 subscribers and just getting started, she was one of the first ones I met and one of the first ones to give me any kind of support.
Yeah. See, the one thing
I halfway think I might have been one of the ones who talked her into starting a channel.
I haven't checked her stuff out. She's come up and commented on one or two of my videos, and I have to really go check her stuff out too. But one
Yeah.
thing I want to tell y'all about monsters. The reason why I'm saying that I think part of it's fake is because this thing that they have that's running through the forest. It's not Bigfoot or nothing. It's like it's running through the forest and it goes in a door and then it just disappears on the other side of the door.
I saw that.
That's why I'm having a hard time believing that everything about mountain monsters is real.
Mountain Monsters is entertainment.
Right.
Understand? It's good and it's in depth good, but it's still just TV entertainment stuff. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but that's my opinion. 100% entertainment.
Yeah.
And you have to look at it like this is some entertaining shit. You know, you can't look at it like this is some serious research.
Yeah. That Trapper, it was sad when Trapper died, Mary. I agree. It was. I mean, that made a lot of people's been following him for a while tear up. It was sad when he passed away.
Yeah.
But
the
like
first season that was on, I was buying it completely. But over years, I've learned, this is some entertainment now. That's too much.
now one I really, like I said, I really truly do believe in is Expedition Bigfoot because they
Finding
travel.
Bigfoot. Them guys are serious too. I actually.
Yes.
Bobo, the guy they call Bobo.
Yeah.
He's a very serious Bigfoot researcher from way back in the day.
He's Animal Planet, right? That he pops up on Animal Planet stuff. Yeah. Yeah, they're good. They're good. I do. I like them. So, is there any other questions?
You should go back and check out one of my old videos from last year. It's called "Strange Creature Caught on Camera." I caught this little gargoyle looking thing on the side of a building, and that's the one that the Travel Channel is going to do a TV show about for paranormal caught on camera. And you might want to check that out.
I will.
That is a freaky little thing I caught running across the side of that building. That was the first real paranormal piece of evidence I ever caught. But it's not a Bigfoot. It's some kind of a unknown creature.
What do you all think of Les Stroud and his Bigfoot show and Turtle Man? Turtle Man. There's a Turtle Man?
And the Turtle Man's okay, but Les Stroud, the jury's out on him, and some of his stuff has been, what you want to call hoax. A lot of people think he's unreal.
Drop Jody. What are you talking about, babe? Can someone drop Jody? Oh, I'll drop Jody's thing. She's she subscribed to me, but I would have to go up there on my phone and get it for you. Is there any more questions anybody would love to ask Daily Dan? I mean, Dan, anytime, I'm gonna tell you before we end this, anytime you want to come back up on my panel, you are more than welcome up here. This has been a pleasure. This has really been a pleasure.
I appreciate it. And if you somebody don't show up or something and you need a guest, you can always probably give me a holler or something. Try to give me a little bit of warning, but
I haven't had that happen yet. Not on my channel, but when we do the paranormal stuff on Jax's, a couple of them didn't show up, and it kind of made her feel some type of way. But I guess it happens. If some people have family emergencies or whatever they have to attend to. Turtle Man, and I still decided on Les Stroud. I've heard, people talk of Frogman in Ohio. Now, what would a frogman look like? A big old frog with two legs? Would
The
it look
guy
like
with
a
legs
lizard?
on his back that goes diving.
Oh no. I mean, they don't talk about, you hear people talk about from Ohio that they have a frogman up there.
I've heard of
What's
the
that?
ho grass man.
Yeah, that's a Bigfoot.
That's the Bigfoot cryptid that lives in Ohio. You see,
Yeah.
my dad lived in Ohio near Lima, and I spent a little time in Ohio doing the grass man research. A couple of months.
Brandy said giant Kermit. Pretty much. Pretty much.
I've been to every state in the United States except for Hawaii. And I have did investigations in every state in the United States except for Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to
Frogman.
Missouri and Momo,
It
and I've
says
been to
Frogman.
Arkansas,
Hey,
Texas.
Ryan. Frogman equals Loveland Frog, one of my favorite cryptids. So Ryan knows about them too. I said, I'm not saying they don't exist, but I would love to see one.
The only frogman I ever heard about wore a diving thing on his back and had a little mouthpiece, swam.
Mm-hmm.
The military thing. But that's the only frogman I ever heard of.
All right, everybody. Well, I think I'm gonna call this a night tonight. And Dan, again, thank you so much for being up here. I appreciate it so much. You guys, if you're not subscribed to the Daily Dan blog or Danny Stanton,
Staten.
Staten. If you're not subscribed to his channel, he's got 4 other channels: Danny's World, Daily Dan blog, Danny Staten. I still can't say it right. And what was the other one?
Daily Dan's the good stuff, and that's the one I want you to subscribe to. Please check out the good stuff.
I will. I'm going to look him up since I get up off here. But guys, thank you so much for being up here. If you're not subscribed to this man, I advise you, please do check his stuff out. This man is real. This man is legit. If he wasn't legit, I wouldn't have him up on my panel. I have been following him for now about a few months and love everything he posts up. You never know what's going to come from Daily Dan. That's for sure. But it's awesome. It's amazing. Everything he puts out is amazing. Again, Dan, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
I appreciate you having me on. I really do. It's been a great stream.
I enjoyed it too. Everybody in the tick that popped up in chat, thank you so much. Much love to everybody. You know that you always have a home when you
try
come
to
on.
get Iron Dogger to come on and talk to you sometime.
I will.
She's great.
Iron Dogger, if you would be interested in doing an interview with me, I love my boxer70@gmail.com. Send me an email.
Another guy, you know how I feel about my friend Boggs.
Oh, I want Moggs. I asked Moggs, but I don't think he's seen it in the chat last night. I tried
to get you to come on and talk for a minute last night, and
we had just gotten
promo
home.
me and promo him.
I'll try to talk to him more to see if I can get over. Do you have his email, by the way?
No, I just link on in chat whenever he's live and talk to him.
I say, because I will send him an email and ask him. But guys, thank you so much for being here. You guys always have a home when you come onto my panel. And thank you, Iron Dogger. I appreciate it. Again, I love my boxer70@gmail.com. Send me an email. We'll talk if you're interested. Anybody that's interested in an interview with me, send me an email to that email, and we will talk. We will set something up.
One thing I want to point out is Iron Dogger did the one thing that nobody had ever done for me. She did a parody of me, where she's doing a comedy version of the Daily Dan on her channel, and everybody should check that out. It's hilarious. As a matter of fact, I put a short clip from it up on the Daily Dan blog. You can see a few seconds of it.
That's awesome.
Where she's doing a parody of me that just blew me away. It's imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Iron Dogger, if you can get Moggs up here with you, I'll have both of you up on my panel. That'd be amazing. I would love to have Moggs up too. That would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, again, everybody, I love you all. Thank you so much. And Dan, I want you to close this show out how you close out your videos.
All right, everybody, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for Daily Dan and Miss Brenda. And until next time, blog over.
Bye, everybody. Ooh.